什么？
操！
我必须。 Alright, I'm back from doing laundry and I'm back in this league after Shaza convinced me. My own stream was on. Okay, quick replies. The laundry was done quickly, quicker than I thought. Qualifying already started. Q1. More importantly, I forgot to change my controller. Once again, forgot to change my controller to the normal one. Yeah, to the. We have a guest, I guess. We have a guest. Nicholas Latifi. Nicholas Latifi in a Williams. Williams. McLaren. Interesting. But yeah, Netherlands circuit Zandvoort. In Zandvoort, first Grand Prix held in 1952. Number of laps to 36. We have full quali. Circuit length 4.259 kilometers. Races in about 150, like always, on every single track. Besides Monaco, which is like 200 kilometers on full. So that's about 100 kilometers on 50%. Lap record is 1:11.097, set by Lewis Hamilton in 2021 in that W12. 2 DRS zones, 14 corners. Best rating lists are turn 1, turn 11. That's pretty much it. The best ones, still like decent ones, are turn 3 maybe. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, now it's done with the laptop activity. Back to onto PlayStation. Some few names that I don't remember from leaving from after Portugal. Few rounds have gone by. Gravity goes provisional pole position, 112. Provisional pole position. Well, what am I talking about? It's not provisional pole position since we're in Q1. P1 with 112.800. There are many drivers out on track, still few in the pits. F1 Lewis goes P1 112.374. Bobby goes third 113.505 as Lewis does a 360 on the X of turn 1. As I don't know, a celebration, I guess a celebration. Williams coming through the line. That's Zio with a terrible lap, but I don't think he's that slow. I think that's just a mistake on the lap. Marco goes P1 112.080, promoted to McLaren last time that I was here. Dirk second 112.183. Or I don't know, I mean, I haven't checked the my brief, so sort of think it that much as there's a little bit of contact between F1 Lewis and I think it was Bubinov. Yeah, there's Bubinov. No penalties for any of the two. That's one good thing. We don't have Reggie today. So oh my god, this guy is asking me if he can reserve today, for God's sake. There are many yellow flags. Lars third, Jose fifth, Matt sixth has just dropped from Ferrari, and there's Albo in the Ferrari now. Lamar's eighth, Pete's even slower than Zio. Okay, that Nicholas Latifi was Lamas. I guess the game just decided to, like always, not want a game anymore, or for that little period of time. Trying to find anyone who's on time lap. Maybe Martin is on the time lap. 24.9 to the first sector. Apparently, if I was the first sector, I don't trust that track map. The purple sector, I never trust that. You should never trust that. I always tell the other commentators that you should never trust that, because that sometimes isn't the fastest sector. Second sector 50.062 as he rounds off turn 12, going into turn 13. There's a horse just about left him on space. Turn 13 and now turn 14, the banked corner, and the ears open, crosses the line. It's gonna be P1 111.869. Nice. 2/10, a little over 2/10 faster than Marco. There's still Shaz. Oh, as Matt does the spin on the exit of turn 1, like Lewis. There's still quite some few drivers to do laps, or decent laps, like laps that would actually matter. Jovi up to P9, 112.980. There's still like Albo, Bell, or basically the both Ferraris, although he might be finishing this lap as he rounds out the final corner, crosses the line. He goes P1 by almost 4 cents out of Martin, 111.488. Albo, I think, has invalidated his lap. No, he is improving, but it's not enough even to go up, more up, and he doesn't have enough fuel. Beautiful. So there's still Albo, AG to do a, we could say, an acceptable lap, like in terms of the time frame, or time frame. What am I talking about? Like instead of doing like a 122, it should be like close to 112s, 111. I mean, for Albo, 111s. For AG in the Haas, probably like high 112s, maybe low 13s, somewhere on there. Because I don't know his pace. I've never seen this guy. There's still Shaza, Womax, and Dragon, who goes P12, P2, 111.791, ahead of Martin. So an AlphaTauri faster than Red Bull. Yes, I know this is Q1, but still like a little bit of hype, I guess. Albo is not on the flying lap. Yeah, not enough fuel to finish the lap, although he was improving by over 7 seconds. AG is not on a flying lap. He just ran wide, and he doesn't have enough fuel. Almost lost it on the exit of turn 9. Martin is on a flying lap, I guess. 9 thousandths faster. He does have enough fuel to finish the lap. Into turn 13. Yeah, good. Turn 14. The final corner, the easily flat out corner. The air is open. Can he improve? He does, but not enough to go ahead of Dragon, although 7 thousandths behind Dragon, so it's fairly close. Still 2 drivers to do a flying lap. Albo, AG, Shaza, and Womax currently on the chopping block. Or basically, at the moment they would not go into Q1, Q2. Lossing into the Haas, into the second Haas, so it's full grid. Oh, interesting. Breaking boards. It's English. How funny can English be? Zio might be on a flying lap. Taking aggressively that exit curb on the exit of turn 8. Interestingly, missed the apex in turn 10. The air is open. He's using air, so he's on a flying lap. Is improving. A little under 3/10. So I don't want to go ahead of Pete. Can he gain a little bit more through the third sector? I don't think that he's gonna gain like 7/10 through the third sector, but we will see. Magic happens. Maybe he did a mistake there or something. Zero crosses the line and he goes P14. He gained like about 1.5 tenths, little over, but still 5 tenths, a little over 5 tenths beyond Lamas, and almost 6 tenths behind Jovi, and then the pack is now closer. I mean, yeah, Lamas isn't as well a good like like a objective to be close to Lamas, so that then you're close to the other pack. Bear results in the pits, understandably so. I don't think 15 drivers are gonna do 11 fours, like a below 11 fours, like 11.3. I don't think. Anyone on flying lap? There's a AlphaTauri spawn that is Gravity. That is Gravity. EG, I guess, is starting his flying lap into T1. Shazza finally out on track on the mediums. 6 minutes to go, so if he messes up this lap, then still has time. But sort of surprised that he goes out on the mediums. I would personally save those mediums for the race, so I would have 2 fresh mediums. Jovi goes up to P7, 7/10 of improvement on that lap, so between his teammate Lewis and between Lars. Yellow flags in turn 11, but nothing serious, since this game just gives yellow flags for no reason. But that spun on the X of turn 3 and has damaged his front wing. 5 minutes 20 seconds to go. Lars P4 1000 behind Martin. You cannot get closer than that. I mean, of course you can do the same exact time, but just if not the same exact, then the difference is this is the closest that you can get, if not 0.000. Crying out loud. Lewis on a flying lap, I'm seeing, to turn 13, taking that cross on the entry. Of course, that's gonna understeer your car a little bit, but he goes into the pits. Interesting. This is a McLaren, but that's Lamas. Is he on a flying lap? No, he's starting his flying lap. No, HG is here, so that's Lossy on a out lap. No, on a flying lap. But still, like 119.3 is not ideal. Not ideal, I would say. Albo on a flying lap. Can he go? Or I think that he can improve, but where is he gonna go? It's not gonna be P1, but it's P5, 111.863, 2 cents out of Marco. That's about what that is, like 7 hundredths behind Lars. 7, I think. That's 7, yeah. Okay, 6 or 63 thousandths. If someone wants to be that a bit of a geek. Shazza goes P6, 111.870 on the mediums. He's fighting for the championship with Reggie, and I guess Bell as well with a late charge after he sort of was banned in the first half of the first in the first races, at least around 4, because I was there, and then I left of anger how just the FIA was run. Now they got better, I see. Oh, Marco without the front wing. How ideal. How nice. No. Less than 3 minutes to go. But he's safe. Lastly, he goes P15 with 112.666, so he did improve his lap. The remaining driver is close to not being able to make it. Womax is just now going out. HG still down there. Pete, Joseph going out. Zio on a lap. Gravity coming out. Lassie might be a little bit of a danger. Alba retires in the pits, understandably so. Is there anyone? Shall I make another run? I guess. Okay, who the... No, that's Marco. Marco isn't gonna improve Lamas. No. Bubinov? No, he's gonna... He's now started his flying lap. I'm trying to make my run around. Zio is starting his flying lap. Lamas resides in the pits. Trying to find myself around here, but there's so many cars coming round up. I don't know why Dragon is on a flying lap at the moment, but we'll see who is gonna go out, as Bubinov has invalidated his lap, so he's he still has time to do another lap, and he has fuel as well. Large size in the pits. Gravity is going very slowly. Oh, that Zio spun on the X of turn 7. Ooh, that was very close with Dragon. Dirk retires. Pete, I think he started his flying lap. AG as well. Matt as well, the same. Gravity the same. Bubinov lets the Alpine through. That is William. Lewis. Can he improve on his lap? I think he should have been through anyway, but he's just making sure that he's going to be through, and he goes P8, 112.027. Jose goes P10, 112.142. That's how close it is. That's how close it is. Gravity has made a mistake on his flying lap, so he's out. Zio, does he have time? No, he doesn't, and he doesn't have a run into the flying lap, so he is out. Womax is as well out, unless he makes another lap, but no ERS. So already we know Gravity, Zio, and Womax are out. Pete goes P17, so he's out as well. AG, he's the only driver who can defeat or be. It's either one of the horses going through, and it's Lossie. AG goes 16th, 112.721. And it was close, but Lossie just makes it through. With Gravity not being able to make a lap. Another lap. Pete improving, but not enough. Zio just couldn't get the run. Womax, bad lap as well. Shaza went P1 on the old mediums, by the way. I was more focused with who is gonna go down, because I mean, whoever goes fastest here, it just shows that if they're fast or not, but it's not gonna be able to count like for the grid slots. Of course, like the below 15. Now they're starting from the grids that they are now. AG 16, Gravity 17, Pete 18, Zio 19, and Womax 20. So it's a Williams back row at the back row. I mean, to be honest, what would you expect? I mean, it's not really that. Okay, maybe not that. Maybe not like that. But with Williams, you cannot fight that much unless you're Hennessy. Unless you're Hennessy. Or someone very quick. I don't know. Or like TF Max. The ERL guys know. What am I talking about? But yeah, Shaza P1, Bell P2, Dragon third, Martin fourth, Lars fifth, Albo sixth, Lamar seventh, Lewis eighth, Marco ninth, Jose 10th, Dirk 11th, Jovi 12th, Matt 13th, Bubinov 14th, Lossi 15th, and then AG, Gravity, Pete, Zio, and Wumax, they're out. And those are the for them the grid slots. Let me just check the comments real quick. There were some that was the same guy. That was that, and then Karen Marco was glitched. Okay. Yeah. Just my parents doing something. Just doing all of these timings wrong. Now we're into Q2. For God's sake. All the time they have to make these timings with basically everything wrong, like, or wrong, just every single time that I have something. They always have to do it when I have something. They have to come out with something like dinner, laundry, whatever they do, for God's sake. Yeah, Albo already out on track, Jose out on track, Marco and Bell as well out on track. Of course, everyone on the softs. I don't think Shazza's gonna go out again on the mediums. If he is, then that's interesting. Oh, as a Bell spins on the X of turn 3. On the out lap, of course, it doesn't really matter, to be honest, if he spins on the out lap or not. I guess that's just more warmed up rear tires, and as well front, because a little bit depends. I think yeah, they should be more warmed up, but the rears are gonna get way more warmed up than the rears, so maybe a little bit difference in the grip, that you're gonna have more rear grip than the front grip, and all of a sudden you go into T1 like Albo, and then all of a sudden it doesn't turn. I guess that was happening with Albo, because he sort of missed the apex. It's not an early apex, it's a sort of a mid or late apex, I don't know, but it's not early. Turn 4, 5, there's a Mercedes up ahead. Turn 6, then turn 7, 25.078 first sector, and into turn 8, turn 9, the exit of a very tricky acceleration. Turn 10, could have been of course closer to the apex, but it's still good. Second sector 50.206, turn 12, kind of wide, not using all the track on the exit. Turn 13, missed the apex a little bit, and he spins on the exit of turn 13. Too much of the curb on the exit. I knew that was gonna happen with that much curb, because that curb is really, it just really upsets the car if you take it too much, and that is what happened with Albo. Still P1 at the time, but it's like 11 seconds of the optimal time for Albo. Jose 113.030. Maybe use tires. Maybe you use tires. Marco goes P1 112.310. Here comes the Red Bull of Martin, who is starting his flying lap. Jovi starts his flying lap. Lassie finishes it, and he goes P2 112.367. Bell does pretty much the same as Albo, I guess. Somewhere he did. Matt, I think on an out lap. Yeah, I think he's on an out lap. Who's there on the flying lap? Dirk is on the flying lap, I think. 49.8 first sector. That's a pretty quick second sector. And then turn 14, the final corner. Diaz open and crosses the line, and he goes P1 111.787. Matt as well does pretty much the same as the two Ferraris. Albo goes into the pits. Matt already improves 11.3 seconds through the first sector. About 12.1 seconds through the second one. But there's Jovi more ahead at the moment on the track. And he's gonna cross the line, and he's gonna go P4 112.661. Bell finishes lap, and he goes P1 111.706. Martin on flying lap as well. No, okay, maybe not that really on a flying lap since he messed it up, and he goes P10 134.7. Matt, is he gonna improve on his time? I mean, of course he's gonna improve, but he goes P5 112.585. Lars is gonna cross the line. He goes P3 112.299. Okay, my cables have messed up a little bit on this. Okay, it's not actually. It's just. Okay, nothing. That's Lewis, I think. Going into the pits. I mean, now we're gonna see drivers going into the pits as they're on their out laps. I mean, Marco's on an out lap, as well as Albo, but most of the drivers are on their in laps. Albo is he? No, Albo is here. I thought that Albo was the one who was. I thought that he was going through the finish line as Martin goes through the finish line, and he goes P1 111.608. So he goes a tenth faster than Bell. That wasn't Marco, that was Lamas on the final corner, finishing his flying lap, and he goes P7 112.511. The time in Q1 that made through, the last driver who made through was Lossie, and it was 112.666. So maybe here is gonna be like 112.4, maybe somewhere there. We'll see. We'll see. Yellow flags in turn 9 for some reason. Marco starting his flying lap, as well as Albo. Albo hasn't really managed this well since he doesn't know that Marco is as well on a flying lap. I guess he's gonna get a little bit of a toe on his lap, but goes really wide in turn 3. Really wide. In this game, the physics doesn't work the same as in real life. First sector 25.1, so almost a tenth slower than his first lap. Turn 8, and then turn 9. Missed the apex. Turn 10. Does an early apex for some reason. There is open, and has he improved on his lap? No, he lost even more. 2 tenths now down on his time. Taking more of the track on the exit. Marco is actually pulling away from Albo, surprisingly. Marco, okay, I didn't think Albo can go that wide. Marco goes P4 111.918, and Albo goes P7 112.395. terrible lap, but is he on the used ones? Yes, he's on the used ones. As well as I think Bell was on the used ones, I guess. Okay, I might just have that on, since I'm gonna see who is on the used ones and who isn't. That's gonna be better. Lars out on track on the new ones. Lassie has improved his time to 1:12.059, so a very good lap from the Haas. Shazza on a no, it's not on a flying lap. He's on a. He's starting his. I don't know, like an animal sounds. He's flying lap, but he wasn't. But he didn't start it. Jovi left the session. Interesting. Dragon goes P2 1:11.639. 300s behind Martin. Good. Is this gonna be a new Hennessy in the league? A new Hennessy? Like the fast guy who is in the worst cars in Division 1 at least. In Prestige, Hennessy was in Red Bull, but now he has moved to Mercedes, what I saw. Prestige and Division 1 is pretty much the same, but just different lineups. Like, I don't know. I kind of forgot. I don't even know. I'm not gonna talk about it since I don't know. I guess Lewis causing ill flags on turn 3. Martin now on track on the used ones, on the same as he did that lap, that 1:11.608. Guess we're gonna go with him on his long lap. Let's see if he's gonna improve. Turn 2 and into turn 3. That's more like it's how you take it. And into turn 4, turn 5, turn 6. Is he gonna improve? No. 1.5 turns down. Turn 7, very wide in turn 7. Good choice of just letting it go, abandoning the lap, because there's no point trying to go flat out through that, because otherwise you're gonna go to the left and you crash out, to the right crash out, or you go straight where you survive somehow, and you're in P1, definitely going through into Q3. So there's no reason to just blow it all up. Lars going slowly, as was Dirk. By the way, Lars has improved, as was Dirk, I think. Well, at least Lars has improved to 1:11.784, so it's pretty close between the two Mercs. Okay, there's more and more drivers out on the track. To confuse myself even more, has Albo again. Has the car ahead of him. This time Shazza. That's Shazza, yeah? Yeah, that's Shazza. So he's just poorly doing this stuff. I guess he's trying to have a tow, but I think later on it's just not gonna work for him. Well, let's see if he's improving on time. Barry tells in the pits. Well, 3 tenths of improvement already in the first sector, so that's good. But Lewis goes P4, 1:11.766, so he goes ahead of the 2 Mercs. Dirk puts us in pits. It's a very interesting strategy from Apple, like trying to get slipstream, and now as well. What is this? Okay, it's almost 6.5 tenths of improvement, so at the moment you put him close to Martin, very close to Martin, and he gets now I think a little bit of slipstream. Has Shazza invalidated? No, he hasn't invalidated. I thought that he invalidated, and then a little bit of weaving from Shazza. Shazza goes P1, Albo goes P2, 111.332 by Albo and 111.095 from Shazza. So, I mean, that slipstream did help Albo quite a bit. And then we can see probably the provisional pole position for Q3. Bubinov goes straight. No, he didn't go. I mean, he did go straight through into turn 8, but he then just retires on track. Or, I mean, he just pressed a button, so you can do that as well. But maybe you're gonna get some complaints a little bit. Lars retires in the pits. It's actually kind of close. Otherwise, I said that the time that I said, which marker improves, the time that I said that is going to be the benchmark to go through was going to be 112.3. At the moment, it's 111.8. So that's like Bubinov has 112.2, and those around there when I said, whereas Lamas has 111.8, and he might not get through. Like, Jesus Christ. And even like Lars and Dirk, it just depends on the others now. Can they improve more than them? I mean, McLaren might not be through. Madrid improves through the second sector, 3.5 tenths. Rounding off the final corner. Easy flat, of course. Everyone knows that it's flat. If you break there, skill issue. Matt stays in the bottom 10. Jose as well stays in the bottom 10. So it's done. The qualifying is done. Jose, Lossi, Matt, Bubinov, and Jovi, they stay out of the top 10. So it's Shazza, Albo, Martin, Draken, Bo, Lewis, Lars, Dirk, Marco, and Lamas in the top 10 for Q3. Battling for pole position, I guess. Draken could fight for the pole position. You could, I mean, to be honest, it's fairly close around here. I mean, it is a tight track, and it's you could say it's sort of like Brazil, but at the same time it isn't. So, I mean, however you want to think about it. That's it. Q2 done. Shazza P1 by over 2 tenths. Yeah. How is this? Come on, Moss. Come on. Get in the pits already. What? Finally. Finally. Got into the pit. Okay, I already talked about the grid. I mean, do I have to say it twice already? or the second time of the Q2 grid? I don't think. I just said that Shazza's in P1 and stuff like that. I mean, I already talked about it. It doesn't seem lazy, but I mean, I already talked about it once. And to be honest, I think that first time was enough, but I mean, it's as well only like in Q2. Oh, so Martin's in Red Bull as reserve. I mean, yeah. I sort of knew since Reggie and Shaz are usually in the Red Bull. But I mean, whatever. Max has joined. I don't know why we're in a black screen for so long. We're waiting for something. Hello? Hello? Can this go? I mean, come on. Come on. Hurry up. Okay, I mean, what do we have to talk about? I mean, I can talk about the championship if this game is just gonna load over for like 5 hours. There. Okay. In the driver's standings, Reggie leading by 13 points over Shazza. And Shazza is in second. Shazza has now a prime time to gain on Reggie 12 points. Or 13. Like, no. Gain 26 points. So that the gap is gonna either go to 12 or 13 points, or he can bottle it and the gap is gonna stay the same or something else. Okay, we did go now, and Womax finally left, so I got through to seeing something. So it was only for me. If everyone else was driving for 3 minutes, almost 3 minutes. First time seeing this, actually. This is the actually first time that I see this. For God's sake. I was seeing a black screen for like 3 minutes. For only to see that the drivers actually were driving this whole entire time. Dragon goes P1, 111.711. Lewis crosses the line to go P2, 112.018. Albo, is he gonna beat Dragon's time? There is open, crossing line, and he doesn't. He doesn't go P1, personal pole position, 111.859, so 1.5 tenths behind him. Lamar, no, that wasn't Lamar's. This is Marco starting his flying lap. Then Lars is starting his flying lap. Then Dirk. Womax has joined back, so hopefully not the same issues. Okay, sorry for that. Martin in 4 cents faster than Albo through the second sector. Albo had like 50.1. Martin goes personal pole position 111.484. But Albo had like 50.1 first sector. Martin 49.7. That's a pretty good second sector compared to Albo's. No, that's Albo going around. Bell goes out on track. Lewis goes into the pits. There are the two Mercs on a flying laps, although Dirk isn't going full throttle, so he's not on a flying lap. Lars is on a flying lap, as well as Marco. 50.1. Lars, I don't see, but I guess he's going quick. Marco through the final corner, the tightest line possible, and he goes P4, 111.976. So pretty close to Albo as well. Lars P3 111.788. So ahead of Alba, but still behind the AlphaTauri of Dragon. Dragon is doing an amazing job here. Shazza on a flying lap, started it. Dirk is going to start his flying lap. Let's go through with Shazza on the lap. Turn 5, turn 6, and then turn 7, 24.598 first sector. It goes a little bit wide in turn 8. And then turn 9. Wasn't feeling comfy there. A little bit weird throttle and braking input that I heard. But anyway, the is open. And second sector 49.279. This man is a rocket ship at the moment. Half a second faster than his teammate Martin through the second sector. Can he go below 111s into 110s? Yes, he will, but by a significant margin, 110.823, as he does a spin on the exit at 6.5 tenths faster than his teammate Martin. Yes, there's Bell on a flying lap, but he does only 24.778 first sector. So it's already 2 tenths down. He gets a little slipstream from his teammates. 50.0. Bell is 8 tenths behind Shazza at the moment. What am I doing with the spectator menu? Bell just at the moment not much pace, although it depends. Just goes out of his own teammate 111.854. Did he have a used set? No, he didn't. He did not have, or he didn't use a used set, so he was doing this on a new one. Shazza as well, of course. Jesus Christ, 6.5 tenths faster than P2. Oi, Max Verstappen wannabe, slow down. Wannabe Max Verstappen, slow down, for Christ's sake, slow down. Alba on a flying lap, almost 2 tenths faster through the first sector already. Gets a pretty positive slipstream, to be honest. 5.5 tenths faster through the second sector. I can't that much speak at the moment. He would need to gain a half a second through the third sector alone. He gets a good slipstream. Bell goes into the pits, of course. Albo crosses the line. He goes P2, 111.141. So it's a very good time from Albo. But the gap is still huge. 3 tenths, over 3 tenths behind. Still 3 tenths. God damn. God damn. Martin on the out on track. I don't. Okay, take my headset. These things. Dragon on flying lap. And turn what? Okay, I mean that's good line, but he is not pushing. Matt leaves the session. Dragon technically is on a flying lap, but he's not pushing. So he's not on a flying lap. Simple as that. Simple as that. But yeah, less than 3 minutes to go. We see more and more drivers out there on track. Bell as well. Alba goes into the pits. He should have enough time to change tires and go out again if he wants that. Lars starts his flying lap. We'll go with him on this flying lap. Turn 1, fairly nice. Then turn numero 2. Then 3, nice and tight. And the exit nicely. Turn 4, 5, Then a 6 for first sector is a 24.9. So it's a fairly good first sector. A 10th up. Turn 8. Not using the curb on the exit. And then turn 9. Albo retires. Okay, so that's Albo done. Turn 10. It's a little bit questionable. That turn. But still, 2 tenths of improvement. So that meant he would go ahead of Dragon. Went a little bit wide in turn 12. Got a little bit too much oversteer through there. Very nice turn 13. Just a little kiss on that curb on the inside. And then Lars crosses the line. And he's gonna go P4 111.509. Martin does the technique to get more ERS. As he sort of, you could say that he messed up his lap, I guess. Dragon improves by 3 tenths through the second sector. At the moment, he would be going ahead of Martin. Can he get rid of Albo? No, but still very close behind Albo. 111.283. And P3 by Dragon. This man is flying in the AlphaTauri. There are 3 Red Bull teams in the top 4. Lamas goes P6, 111.548. Bell is improving 6 tenths through the second sector. Can he find enough time through the third sector to provisionally go pole position? No! No, he can't. 110.879. Half a tenth slower than Shaza. There is only possibly Marsden who has spun on the exit of turn 10. And Shaza is further up, improving through the first sector, half a tenth. Second sector, 3 tenths! 3 tenths of improvement through the second sector. This man is flying out. He like literally using the phrase Red Bull gives you wings too seriously as he's flying out here. Can he further up improve his time? Yes, by 4 tenths. By 4 tenths. 110.411. This man is actually using the Red Bull gives you wings phrase way too seriously. Bell stays in second, Albo third, Dragon fourth, Martin stays in fifth, Lars sixth, Lewis seventh, 111.510, and Lars was 111.509. 1,000 between them. Lamas P8, 111.548, Marco P9, and then Dirk P10. I guess he messed up his lap or something, but Shaza, the gap, 4.5 tenths out of Bell. This man is actually flying. Actually flying. Or I don't know, some steroids or using illegal substances. No, but actually... but this man is actually flying. 4.5 tenths out of Bell. And Bell is a really quick driver on himself, so... Holy... I don't know. 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 Maybe he took the RB19 from 2023 and put it in this game instead of having the RB18. I don't know, maybe that as well, but she's on pole position. Bo second, Albo third, Dragon fifth, Martin sixth. Then it was Lewis sixth, no. Lars sixth, Lars sixth, Lewis 7th, Lamas 8th, Marco 9th, and then Dirk 10th. The top 10. Then the outside of the top 10, they were already how they were. And now we move on to the race. The strategies, if anyone goes on to the softs, then I would be actually surprised. I'd be actually surprised if anyone goes for the softs. I would honestly, myself, I would go hard mediums. I mean, it depends, of course, with the cleaningless. How usually the safeguards happen, but with leaks it just depends. Usually the safeguard happens, but anyway. Okay, I didn't have to wait long on that black screen. We shortly move on to the formation lap, unless it was removed for some reasons. I don't know how to explain it. Not that quick at the moment, or just not that quickly. Just a little bit depends. But there is a formation lap. I got almost a heart attack. I almost dropped my controller. But anyways, Shaza really wants to do a Grand Slam out here. Shaza really wants to do a Grand Slam in here. Softs. I mean, Bubinov, I mean, 2 drives on the softs, that's already weird, but then Shaza, who is absolutely flying out here, on the softs. Bubinov as well on the softs, but the more concerning is like Shaza on the softs. I mean, yeah, he's gonna be faster on the first laps, of course, so he's gonna try and get away from everyone. Then the 2 Ferraris on the mediums, as well as Martin, Lewis, Jovi, Gravity and Womax on the mediums. Then the rest on the hards. It's very interesting that Shaza went for the softs. I mean, mediums would be the tire that I would think, but softs on the start? Interesting. Jose and Gravity have been disqualified from the formation lap, as well as Bubinov and Dirk. For the hard runners, it's terrible. 70-degree hards are not fun. Softs are, I mean, they get up to heat very quickly. Softs, mediums are a bit in the between, so it's not that bad. We see that Bell is in a very aggressive angle. Very aggressive angle from Bell. Like, goodness me, is he trying to kill his teammate or something? I think he's trying to kill his teammate. Like, I mean, Albo is in a little bit of an angle, so like, are they trying to go crisscross and then all of a sudden Albo kills Shaza? I don't know, but it's should be hello, 1, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 4 lights, and Jose already drive through and just lights out, and away we go here in the Netherlands. Shaza gets a good start. There is Jose flying, but Turk got a very good start. That Jose is not helping him though, as he was blocking him on the inside, but Tur is in the virtual lead. Can he get ahead of Jose around the outside of turn 3? Yes, he does. So Bell all of a sudden in the lead, ahead of Shaza, who has softs. Dirk, an absolute nightmare of a start on those cold hards. I mean, that was pretty much expectable, if that's a word. But Shaza is gonna be trying to fight back as quickly as possible to get back in the lead and to use these hards as much as possible. Albo is already trying to overtake Jose, and Jose is trying to, he's holding on there for some reason. He has a drive-through, so normally you would think that he's just gonna let him through somewhat, and as well because he's in the Alfa Romeo, but he doesn't. He lets through Martin though. Does Jose go now? No, he doesn't. He stays for the warmer lap. Shaza is very close behind Bell. Very close. He's already trying to think about a place to overtake him. Shaza has a little bit less of ERS. Womack's in the pit, so possible damage to his front wing. But Shaza is going to be rapid in here, trying to find a way to pass him as quickly as possible. I don't think it's not that much possible without any good overtaking spots, and as well the ERS, as you're gonna easily defend off with the ERS, but of course later on you're gonna have to save that ERS, and you're not just gonna have very little amount of ERS. It's interesting out here. Gravity and Jovi are fighting for P15. Jovi just not having the greatest time out here as well. The wrong data on, but Jovi just has no pace at the moment in the Alpine, which, I mean, yeah, on paper it is like 6th, but on track it is like 4th, and way ahead of McLaren. Pete spins on the exit of turn 14. You don't see that. You don't see that often. That someone crashes there, and he has a damaged front wing, what I see, and he's not pitted. And there is a spun Aston Martin, Alfa Romeo, and as well AlphaTauri. That is Matt and Gravity. They're both spun, and they're now down the pack. Dirk already up to P16 after all of those shenanigans. Shazza now has the DRS. Is he gonna try and overtake him here? No, he doesn't even use it. He doesn't even use it. So he's really trying to overtake him on the start-finish straight. Jovi and Zio fight for P12. Jovi overtakes him easily, and I guess he has DRS as well. A little bit depends when he overtook him. But Shazza uses his ERS, activates his DRS. But he just cannot catch him. Cannot catch up to Bell. Jose goes in. Oh yeah, he had that drive-through. I forgot about him. Or about that. Not him, but that. Bell is defending very nicely with, I mean, with the speed that he has on the mediums. Shaza on the softs, trying to do something, but his start wasn't the best, and Bell somehow got ahead of him, even though Bell had a very big angle that he wasn't. I thought that he was trying to kill his teammate as Marco spins on the exit of turn 7. I guess he took too much curb on the exit and just spun. Or to be honest, that place that he spun could be that he took the inside curb in turn 7. That could be as well. There's contact between the two leaders. Bell and Shazza both span. I'm guessing there was contact between the two, and all of a sudden we see their number 2 drivers by pace in the top, although Bell is gonna try and overtake him as quickly as possible. Can he make it though around the outside? That would be a very good move around the outside. Yes, he does make it done. So it's all of a sudden a Ferrari 1 and 2. But how did that happen, that all of a sudden both of them span? Martin immediately gives the position to Shazza. Of course, Martin is a reserve, and as well he's on the worst tire at the moment. So, and with, well, unfortunately worse pace, you cannot deny that, but Shazza just isn't that much faster than Bell at the moment. I mean, of course, at this point, the softs are dying, and now the mediums are starting to be faster and faster. So, not a very good strategy. That was thinking about the yellow flags in turn 8 and 9 again, for some reason. To there's as well as, I think there's AG as well, while I guess no, AG as well span around those corners at the same time that Shazza and Bell span. I don't know, make contact as there is a Mercedes and Alpine, that is Jovi and Dirk. Span or something has happened in there, and the exit of turn 13. Don't know. Don't know what happened. Didn't see it. As there's Dirk trying to overtake Jovi, but just cannot make it done. Those meters are still quite a little bit faster than the hards. So he's gonna have to really try and overtake him somehow. And as well, now Jovi has the DRs behind. Gravity Dragon overtakes Bubinov. How has Dragon managed to drop down to P8? I only now realize that he's down P8 while he was starting P4. How has that happened? Matt goes out of Zio. Can Marco do the same in the second corner? No, he doesn't. But maybe if Matt somehow pulls away from Zio, all of a sudden, like, I don't know, like a sixth sense in the exit. Well, he didn't pull that off, but Marco, it is very close behind him. Marco has 0 ERS. And he just cannot overtake him. Maybe on the braking. Yes, he does. Beautiful dive bomb by Marco. Zio lets him through. And Marco is now up to P11. And a beautiful move by Marco. And that's him up to P11. So he can further up fight with Matt. And there's again a spinner. That is an Alpine. That is Jovi on the exit of turn 3. Why is there no yellow flags? Now there are yellow flags. As Jovi retires, Pete goes into the pits. Jovi pressed the button, so no safety car. At least there shouldn't be any safety car. Bell, does he have the DRS? Yes, he should have. Yes, he should have. So he can somewhat defend off from Shazza unless he uses massive amount of VRS. Force him to the inside, but maybe on the switchback. Shazza, no, he cannot do it. Beautifully defended by Bell yet again. And those softs are now pretty much at that point where they're no longer or barely faster than the mediums. Either mediums are faster or softs are equal or just tiny bit faster, tiny bit, like, I don't know, few hundred faster, maybe thousands. Okay, maybe not thousands because that wouldn't even make difference. Like maybe few hundreds or a tenth. But I mean, as well, this track is very tight. It's like sort of like Monaco, you could say, but just not with, or the walls are not that close between each other. For God's sake. In Monaco, then if you make a mistake, you probably go into the wall. But here, if you make a mistake, you either you can still save it, you can still live, if you want to use that word. But it's just very difficult to overtake that bit because the main straight isn't the longest, and as well the back straight is almost nothing. The back straight is almost nothing. Shazza still has some pace on those softs, and as well maybe his own pace, but you can see the thread on those softs compared to the mediums. On the mediums, there's none. On the softs, you can see visibly that the tires are shot, that they are already very bad, and probably now the mediums are faster. There are already few DRS trains. Lars is somewhat trying to overtake Lewis, but Lewis has more ERS, and as well Lewis at the moment is on the mediums. So still a few laps, well, quite some few laps before the mediums are gonna drop off. Lars is actually the first hard runner. None of the top 5 are on the hards. Albo lets through Bell. It's very close between the gaps, or it is very close between the gaps. Shazza's trying to overtake around the outside. Albo, but just cannot do it. Bubinov in the pits. Shazza knows that he has to overtake Albo as quickly as possible. He needs to overtake him as quickly as possible so that he doesn't lose Bell. Because if he loses Bell, the race might be over. I mean, as well, undercut lag. That was lag. I know myself that was lag. It just doesn't happen. That it just goes like that. And as always, my internet, so that has been moved. Yeah, it was moved a little bit further from my room. Anyway, back into the race and all my personal life, maybe. Shazza still stays out on track. Albo isn't on purpose slowing down. How is the fuels looking for everyone? Because this track eats fuel. This track eats fuel. So those fuels that they have now, they wouldn't make it to the finish line. I don't think they would make it to the finish line, because I can check from my data that I have from another league which is very handful. Bell almost spun on the exit of turn 10. I saw the slide, but who didn't save it is Lewis, who causes a virtual safety car. Because he has no front wing and they're in debris out on track. This is the perfect way, the perfect time to save fuel. Put it in lean mixture. Put it in lean mixture. You're gonna thank me later, because here, like, the recommended, I think, is like 2. Bell goes into the pits to pit to the hard tires. Shazza does the same. I mean, for him it's more understandable since he's on the softs, but Bell takes the risk. I don't know, has he realized that this is a VSC? I mean, maybe this is just like a free, for him, like a free pit stop. He's down P10. What? P6. Zio gets a drive-through penalty. Unfortunate for Zio. Dirk has some kind of penalty as well. He got it as well. Zio got it as well. So Dirk and Zio, they got drive-through penalties, and very unfortunate for them. Bell is about 15 seconds behind Albo. At the end, of course, he is going to be slower because cold tires are really bad, and especially hards, which they're really bad. Shazza has caught up to Bell though. Now he can think about doing something, a bit of weaving from the two, of course, to up the tires. And I don't think Shazza would be overtaken here. Now, is Shazza gonna try and overtake Bell into turn 1? He's very close, he's closing, using ERS, Bell as well. Shazza has a DRS. Pulling to the left. Shazza is forced to go around the outside. Can he hold it? Can he hold it? Still there. Still delivering contact. It was very close. Bell left barely any room. Just about. Shazza now on a switchback, but now my throat is a little bit dry. But Bell defends beautifully from Shazza, and he stays in 6th. Albo still in the lead, still in comfortable lead. But he has to think a little bit about when he's gonna pit. Or actually, if he's gonna pit as late as possible, or no, maybe not like as late as possible, but like pitting on lap 17 was it when it was recommended, he could, yeah, he's gonna be behind them by quite some time, but he can actually get them on the, he can actually get them on the comeback, maybe with the better tires. Again the same, the deja vu sort of stuff again between these two, but Shaza on the switchback this time. Shaza this time on the switchback, but Bell yet again defends like a lion and just doesn't wanna give the place to Shaza. But now the two are running low on ERS. Both of them are very low on ERS. It's gonna be then to the DRS sort of stuff. Dirk overtakes Zio. The fuel situation for Shaza doesn't look interesting. It's plus 0.2. Why is it going up? Okay, the fuel is messed up as well, but it's around there. And that is an AlphaTauri spawn. That is Gravity going into turn 9. I'm guessing with the use of that curb on the outside that he used. But back to what the hell am I doing? Back to these two. Yeah, nothing. Okay, yeah, now okay. Not the third time lucky for Shaza, as he doesn't even try and overtake him on top of the DRS. But it is getting very spicy between the two. The gap still 15 seconds. The gap is still 15 seconds. I guess on the mediums, I mean as well, the pace might look still nice on those mediums. But as well, the fact that Bell and Shaza, they fought for 2 laps could have helped, because I mean Albo made a mistake on the exit of turn 10 and they're gaining on Albo. It's 14.6, so they're slowly gaining. Shaza still has a fast lap 113.979. I don't think anyone is going to be going close to that. Again, these two are close between each other. Again, once and again. But the gap is a little bit increasing. And I don't think Shaza's gonna... No, the gap is too big. He isn't using any ERS. The fuel situation gets spicy for everyone, especially Albo and Shaza. Albo's barely... He's in the minuses. He's gonna have to do fuel saving, as well as Shaza. Martin doesn't really have to. Few laps ago, like I said this. Few laps ago, Martin had like 1.1. Now he's 0.8 laps of fuel. Lars, he's safe. Lamar's he is safe. He can do another 10 laps on that fuel. Okay, maybe not that, but somewhere around there. For Draken, it could be getting a little bit interesting with the fuel. Bell, it's gonna be very close. For Shaza though, at the moment he's gonna have to do fuel saving. Matt could be close. Marco, he is gonna be good. Jose could be interesting. Lewis, he's gonna go through. For Gravity, he's gonna have to do fuel saving. Rubinov, oh, he's already in the minuses. Dirk could be interesting. Zio, oh, for God's sake, with his Williams steering wheel, could be interesting. Lossie could be interesting. Is that a minus? Is that a minus? He's already in the minuses. Did he went the negative on the fuel? Damn. But that was now... That was a bit too much. I mean, I was going through everyone with the fuels and I forgot about this battle between the two. I was way too much focused on that. But for some, it could get interesting with the fuel. If there isn't a safety car. If there's a safety car, it's a life savior for them. But if there is not a safety car in this race, or even a VSC, they have to do fuel saving. They will have to do fuel saving. Martin goes into the pit to change off from those mediums. Shazza, somewhat close, but not close enough. He's already in the minuses. But Bell's fuel is actually not going down. It's been like this, been like 0.4 for quite some time. For Shazza, it's going down. I want to check one thing. It's the data that I get for Zandvoort. The recommended fuel is +2 laps. The recommended fuel is +2 laps of fuel. So it is gonna get interesting as we go into the race. The Gravity in the pits. Is Albo gonna go into the pits? No, as there's a spun Pete in the middle of the track. But no damages. No damages that I see of. So back in the racing. Albo still not pitting. The gap to Bell is 12 seconds. So they're gaining. They're gaining on Dragon and Lamas. I mean, of course, they're gaining on everyone up ahead. But Bell is at the moment within Dragon's DRS. But Dragon has a DRS from Lamas, and their hard runs are not going to be pitting this lap, I don't think. That's Dirk spun on the exit of turn 12. Damaged front wing, whole front wing gone. Could we see a safety car or a VSC? No, we don't see a VSC. So for some, not a savior in terms of the fuel. Pete's in the pits retiring, and Dirk could see is the same. We could, but it doesn't mean that that it's gonna be. Albo staying out again. Humax in the pits. Now this is gonna get a whole lot of interesting up ahead between these six. Dragon goes into the pits, so it's a little bit easier. Lars goes into the pits as well. They have now ahead of them Lamas, who can fight if he wants to, if he really wants to. But I think it's really that worth it when you behind you have Dragon, and now as well with Gravity going off track, damaging his front wing, or having a damaged front wing, like, either of the two, but not causing a safety car. For a second I thought that was Albo because I was so close. Yeah, Bell defending with the DRS, of course. Bell has more ERS than Shazza. Now is Lamas gonna go in this lap or next lap? Albo staying out. Is Albo trying to go for the softs? Lamas is pitting, so it's now no disruptions for either Bell or Shazza. Lamas gets a 5-second time penalty. So any fight for any... Ooh! Gravity out in turn 3, and it's a full course safety car. Which is very good news for Albo. Actually no, it's very bad news. Because he cannot go on the mediums, because he's on the mediums right now. And he cannot go on the... I mean, he can go on the hards, but they're going to be very bad. A very bad choice. And it's also not going to be able to last 13 laps. Oh, this is very bad for Albo. This is very bad for Albo. But it's a lot. But it's a savior for some people in terms of the fuel, because they can now save the fuel and make sure that it's gonna go until the end. Make sure that it's gonna go until the end. Albo, he has to pit, and if something, then now. But for what? Probably for hards, because softs cannot make it. He's in a very bad situation at the moment. And wrong pit box. Softs! 11 laps. Oh, it's very close between. What are these two doing? And it's still the same. Still the same. Oh, it's gonna be Bell ahead. Shaza was really trying to overtake Bell, but it's now Lars into P2. Dragging up to P5 ahead of Martin. This safety car has shaken the grid a little bit. Oh, but that's Haas had to go ahead of Dragon. So is that the AG Gamer? Yes, that is AG Gamer. Okay, so it's the grid. Albo on the softs, Lars on a little bit used mediums, then it's Bell, Shaza, Dragon on a little bit of used mediums, the same with Matt, but 1 lap less. Martin, Marco, Lamas, Lewis, Bubinov, Jose, Lassie, Zio, Dirk, who is lapped. Oh, that's very unfortunate for Dirk. Womax as well lapped. He's trying to let through Shaza. Or I guess he let through Bell, but now he's trying to... I guess he's now gonna try and basically let through everyone behind him. I mean, he can just pit. He could just pit if he really wanted to. But isn't now just doing... Why doesn't he just pit? So that he can then just let through everyone behind him. I mean, yeah, behind him there's AG Gamer, but it's either P16 or P17, which is not gonna do really anything, because the points are still very far away, and Dirk is here, he's gonna wait quicker than them, and then the next car who is not lapped is Zio, who is a lap ahead of them, so a whole lap ahead of them, so I mean, there's no point in that. But for Albo, very good news, since there are 2 Mercedes drivers who are doing a buffer for him. One is Dirk, who is slapped, then it is Lars, who is not gonna give up the 2nd place to Bell, so Albo can get a win. Probably his first win of the season here. Maybe even first win in this league. We will see. Safety car, I don't think it's gonna go in this lap. What is happening between Lewis and Bubinov? No clue. Zio and Lassie, they still have to catch up to the safety car queue. But I don't think they're gonna be able to make it in time on this lap, so the safety car is going to be going next lap in. It's going to be going next lap, or now this lap. So yeah. And the safe car is gonna be going this lap, of course. Yeah, the safety car is in. I've got... Okay, very interesting by Dirk. What's happening? Is he trying to let through everyone? Or is it just his teammate? Come on, guys. This buys Albo a massive gap. This just buys Albo a massive gap for absolutely nothing. It is 3-second gap. Lars, what is happening in here? What is happening in here? Dirk was trying to let through Lars. And now it's 3 wide into turn 1. Bell on the outside of Lars. Shaza is trying to go somewhere in there. And this just buys even more time for Albo. It's a 5-second gap. It's a 5-second gap between the two Ferraris. It's just a massive gap and a massive circus. What has happened between the Mercs? Albo took that immediately, but he bottles it. He bottles the 5-second lead. And now he's gonna be down the order in P9. He absolutely threw it away. Like Arsenal. But he's still in the sauce, but those sauce are not gonna be able to last for that much longer. What an absolute bottle job from Albo. A 5-second lead thrown away like that. Bubinov gets a 10-second time penalty. Interesting. But Bell in the lead at the moment. Bubinov for time pressing the button. I see Bell with the new fastest lap. Shaza trying to overtake Lars into turn 1. There's a contact between them. Shaza saved it. Just about. But he's now inside of Dirk. Yes, that sounds weird, but it is what it is at the moment. I mean, I'm not lying. There maybe could be damage for Shaza a little bit, maybe a little damage for Shaza. Maybe dependent of the damage what there is. If there can be side pod damage for Lars, there could be some damage for him. At the moment, it is Bell leading the race, half a second ahead of Lars, but 1.23 seconds ahead of his main rival Shaza. There are still yellow flags for Bubinov, who has retired, but now he has stopped. Okay. Albo trying to overtake Lamas into turn 13, side by side in turn 14. But he makes it stick, although Lamas is maybe gonna try and overtake him. No. Lamas. Now the two McLarens fight. Zero as well retires by pressing the button. Albo again bottles it! And he takes Lamas out of the race. No, it's not a safety car at the moment. Somehow, but Albo, an absolute bottle job from him, and just from having a good pace actually, and leading most of the race because of Bell and Shaza doing something at the beginning of the race, at the very beginning laps of this race. Now just throwing it away on the softs, which have the most amount of the grip. On the exit of turn 1, that was very weird from Albo. I mean, that's just very weird. But, anyways, Bell still has a lead. Lars has no ERS, complete zero, none. Like, none. Nah, nope. No ERS. Does he have the overtake? No. Okay, I thought that he has the overtake button on for the entire lap. But Shaza has 50% of ERS, Bell 80% of ERS, and Lars has none. Oh, he's a little close between the two. Shaza is getting a little bit impatient. Yeah. Impatient a little bit. Here, trying to overtake Lars, but just cannot find a way to overtake him. Maybe on the X of turn 10, maybe on this back straight. Yes, he uses ERS and DRS, and Lars backs out. So it's Shaza up to P2. And it is the two main rivals as well in the championship. Bell trying to do a late title fight charge in this season. Can Shaza overtake Bell? If he could overtake him, there'll be massive for the championship. Anyways, now he's ahead of Shaza, out of himself. Martin out of Dragon. But if Shaza could get the win, that would mean the lead is gonna extend even more to Reggie, because at the moment he's still ahead of Reggie, but ahead of by like 5 points or 6 points. No, not 6 points, because he has the fast lap. But if you would get the win, that would mean 13 points up on Reggie. Bell is anyways gonna gain on Reggie this race, and basically everyone who is in the points. But the two that most matter for this championship are Bell and Shaza, and mainly Shaza at the moment. Maybe Bell is gonna do a late title fight, title charge. Albo again spins in the same corner that he did on the opening lap of the second restart. Now 2/10 going into turn 14, even lower than 2/10. Shaza's using absolutely everything from his ERS. New false lap by Shaza. Force on the outside. Is he gonna go on the switchback? Yes, he tried, but he gets a very good exit. He's on the outside. Can he hold it there? Bell leaves enough space, and there's a little bit of contact there, but can Bell fight back at the moment? No, he cannot. Shaza is our new race leader in this race, or has retaken the lead, you could say, from lap 1. As the yellow flags again for Albo. Bell bottled it as well. There's a virtual safety car at the same time. What a bottle job from Bell as well. Spinning on the X of turn 8. The same spot as Albo. And now he's down in P5. This means Lars is in P2. Martin P3. So it's a double Red Bull podium at the moment. Dragon, a little bit depends. Can he overtake Martin back? But it's a virtuous safety car anyway. Everyone has enough fuel to the end of the race easily. And there's Dirk ahead of him, who's gonna a little bit try and slow down him. When is the restart gonna go? I think now, since they're going pretty fast. No, it's not. Now look at Shaza, because he's the main draw. Maybe no, still not it. No, still no. Now. No. Now, and Dirk has another drive through. The race has been restarted from that. VSC, Bell is ready, trying to overtake Drac, and forces him out off track. He gets the moves on, but it forces him out of track, so that could be looked at. Dirk spins, and as well AG. No, that's AG. Okay, Dirk just went straight into wall, but that was Lassie who spun with him. It wasn't because of contact, because Lassie unplugged my headset from the microphone. Of course, that's gonna do, and Dirk just goes straight into a wall, which is a dickhead move. And as well went into a wall. I don't know if that was intentional, but Dirk definitely went straight into a wall as he did a few corners before, so absolute dickhead about move. But it's of course a full course safety car at the moment because of the dickhead and an elbow. Yes, I'm calling Dirk dickhead because everyone who retires on track on purpose or like crashes out on purpose on track is a dickhead. Everyone, every single one. I don't care if you're friends with me. That's still a dickhead move. That is still a dickhead move. Anyways, I mean, yeah, it is a full course safety car, so let's see if anyone is gonna pit for the sauce, maybe. Shazar. No, he doesn't. Lars doesn't. Martin, maybe. No, no. Dragon does. Dragon goes in. And at the moment, the only one, Jose as well goes in. I mean, that's pretty understandable. Dragon and Jose in the pits as well as Lassie. He had as well the same situation. Very interesting. There's nothing said about Dirk just completely crashing out on purpose on track. For some reason, no one has noticed a thing other than me. Everyone is blaming Ado and Bubinov. I mean, I take it, I guess. I take it. Safety car. Not in this lap. A little bit of gag. A little something, I don't know. Safety car not in the lap, so it's gonna go next lap. And it has to go next lap because then it has to leave 2 laps of racing. So it's gonna be 2 laps of racing. Duh. Okay, there's 1 lap I can just check this card of some things. What is happening in here? If I want to, obviously I can. I mean, I will because I want. Umax in the pits. He's lapped anyway, so with AG. So to be honest, at this point on, if one of them, or not one of these, but if one of the drivers here, Shazza, Lars, Martin, Bosch, Matt, Marco, Lewis, Dragon, Jose, Lossi, if one of them retires, they could fight for the point, which considerably the fact that they've been more than half of the race lapped down would be very good to get at least a point in this race. But of course, a little bit depends. It depends if that's gonna happen. If it doesn't happen, then I mean, oh well. But if it will happen, then it's gonna be good. Safety car in his lap. It's cut in his lap, so Shazza is gonna be controlling the pace. Now it's gonna be interesting to watch Draken, Jose, and Lassie because they're on the brand new softs compared to the others out of them who are on the old mediums. So they're gonna be very fast. Shazza, when is he gonna go? Is he gonna go? He has cold softs at the medium, so it's not not good as well. No one has really warmed up the tires. Shazza goes now. The racing has been resumed. You cannot overtake yet. You cannot overtake it. You cannot overtake yet, Lassie. Now you can overtake. Martin is trying to overtake Lars on the outside of turn 1. Can he make it work? On the outside, there will be Red Bull 1-2, a little contact on the exit. And stays third, but Marco spun on the exit of turn 1. Not crashed out though. Shazza flying off already into the distance, but is more closer here in the bottom two, or basically from the P2 downwards, especially around these soft runners. What can they do? What can they gain? What can they lose? Because otherwise they can't really lose anything. Bell on side by side with Martin into 10, trying to overtake him, but it goes a little bit too wide and just cannot overtake him now. Into turn 11, there's no DRS, no nothing, so only their skill. Oh, I mean, of course the DRS, but other than that, their skill, their mindset, basically it's left to themselves and to the machinery that they have. Bell trying to overtake Martin. Now this is a little bit different. It's Bell and Martin. And still Bell has to settle for P4 at the moment. Why was it different? Because this time the Red Bull was defending from the Ferrari, comparable to the last times when it was Bell and Shazza, and Bell was defending from Shazza. So basically Ferrari defending from Red Bull. Lewis as well, very close behind Matt. I don't think these soft runs are not looking very good. Although Dragon is trying to overtake Lewis into turn 9. Although it was never gonna work, and he just about didn't hit Lewis. There's just about. Bell trying to leave as much as he is on to the last straight. Seeing if Martin does a little bit of a mistake or something. Or just Bell all of a sudden goes faster. It stays the same. Shazza, after taking pole position and losing the lead, retakes the lead and takes the lead in the championship. Wins here in Zandvoort. Lars in P2, Martin P3. Bell couldn't overtake him, so it's Bell P4, Matt P5, Dragon P6. Just got Lewis P7, Jose P8, Lassie P9, Marco P10, Womax 11th, and AG 12th. Unfortunately for them, no one retired, so they don't get their points. But Shaz, after losing the lead on basically turn 1, or actually turn 3, then fighting with Bell, then their contact, I guess, what happened there in the lead between them. Then all the other stuff, then Bell, or he basically overtook Bell, and then Bell bottled it, and then had a very clear sight to the win, and he won it. They not bottled it like Bell or Albo, or especially Albo, who had 5-second lead over everyone else on the lap 1 or lap 1 after the restart, the first SC restart. He just bottled it. Completely bottled it. Lars P2 in the Mercedes, very good job from him from P6. Martin P3 from P5, very good race from him as well. Bell P4, just a mistake that costed them the P2, possibly the win, or the fight for the win at least. But P4 is still something, I guess. Matt P5 from P13, very good race from him, avoiding all of the other stuff that happened around him, no mistakes, and got P5. Dragon, very good pace, just needs a better car and a little bit better luck, but still better car, and he's gonna be fighting for these spots for these spots. Lewis 7th, Jose 8th, Lassie 9th, Marco 10th, and then Womax and AG, the final finishers. Very good as well, race from Womax, just basically avoiding all of the stuff and just driving out there. Just driving, I mean. Just watch their car going, crashing out there, like left and right, center, up and down, at the back, even, if you wanna say it. But drive today, probably Matt. I mean, I don't even remember what what for the others. The race happened, but I mean, probably throughout the day for Matt. I mean, very good race from him, just avoiding all the stuff. P5 in an Alfa Romeo still is very good. Yeah, very good race from him. I mean, just, and after being dropped from Ferrari, showing them that he actually has pace. As well, a little bit of luck, but still, like, in racing you need luck as well. Yeah, very good race from him. Very good. Yeah, the race is done. Next race is Hungary. What? What? Wait, I need to ask Shaza about this Saturday, Friday stuff, because in the oh, so we do like this for this final bench. Oh, okay, so we do it like this. So it's Hungary on Friday, and then USA on Saturday the same week. Then it's Mexico and Brazil Friday and Saturday the same week, and then it's Japan on Friday, and then Abu Dhabi on Saturday. Very interesting. Although this time on a Friday could get a little bit close for me. Could get a little bit close with the work, but anyway. Yeah, but next race on a Friday, surprisingly. Yeah, on a Friday, so yeah, see you guys next week on a Friday in Hungary, in the Hungaroring.